Hey there, everyone, and welcome back to Psychology Point. Today, we're diving into a topic that most of us deal with at some point: procrastination. Why do we keep putting things off, even when we know we shouldn't? Why does that last-minute rush somehow always happen, despite our best intentions? We're about to explore the science behind procrastination, why we do it, and, most importantly, how we can actually overcome it. If that sounds like something you struggle with, stick around. Part 1. Why do we procrastinate? First off, let's talk about why we procrastinate. It's not just about being lazy or bad with time. It goes much deeper. In fact, procrastination often stems from our emotional state. We delay tasks because they're uncomfortable in some way. Maybe they're stressful, maybe they feel boring, or maybe they trigger anxiety or even self-doubt. In these moments, our brain starts looking for ways to avoid discomfort. Instead of getting down to work, it convinces us to do something, anything else. But here's the catch. When we avoid those tasks, we get temporary relief. But it only makes the problem worse. This cycle actually increases our anxiety and guilt over time. Part 2. The science of procrastination. Alright, now let's get a bit scientific. Our brains have two main systems when it comes to handling tasks. The first is our limbic system, which is our emotional and instinctive brain. It's the part of the brain that seeks comfort and avoids stress. The second is the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for logical thinking and planning. When we procrastinate, the limbic system often wins over the prefrontal cortex. It convinces us to seek immediate comfort rather than long-term rewards. Think of it as a tug-of-war between what feels good now and what we know is good for us in the future. It's no wonder that procrastination can be so hard to overcome. But the good news? There are ways to strengthen that logical, planning part of our brain. Part 3. Identifying your triggers. One of the most effective ways to beat procrastination is to understand your personal triggers. Is it a certain type of task that makes you procrastinate? Or maybe it's how you're feeling on a given day. For some, it's perfectionism. The fear of not doing a task perfectly can make starting feel impossible. For others, it's a feeling of being overwhelmed by the amount of work. If we can pinpoint why we're delaying, we can start to address the root cause, not just the symptom. Next time you find yourself putting something off, pause and ask yourself, what am I avoiding here? Is it the task itself, or is it the feeling the task brings up? Being aware of this is a powerful first step. Part 4. Practical strategies to beat procrastination. Let's dive into some practical tips for breaking the procrastination cycle. These tips are backed by science and used by productivity experts worldwide. Let's start with tip 1, the 5-minute rule. The idea is simple. When you're dreading a task, commit to doing it for just 5 minutes. Once you start, you'll often find that the task isn't as bad as it seemed. And more often than not, those 5 minutes turn into 10, then 20, and suddenly you're on a roll. The 5-minute rule takes the pressure off and reduces the initial resistance. Tip 2. Break down big tasks. When a task feels huge, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. That's why breaking it down into smaller steps can help. For example, instead of write the whole report, break it into steps like outline main points or write the introduction. Each step is manageable, and each one you complete brings a small sense of accomplishment. These small wins motivate you to keep going. Tip 3. Use a timer, the Pomodoro technique. Another powerful tool is the Pomodoro technique. Set a timer for 25 minutes and work on your task without interruption. When the timer goes off, take a 5-minute break. This short burst of focus makes tasks less intimidating. Plus, the break at the end feels like a reward. After 4 Pomodoros, or 25-minute sessions, give yourself a longer break. This technique not only boosts focus, but also trains your brain to work in focused, productive bursts. Tip 4. Reduce distractions. Our modern world is packed with distractions, and they're just a tap away. If you're trying to beat procrastination, it's important to minimize them. Silence your phone, close unnecessary tabs, or use apps that block distractions. Even small adjustments can make a big difference in your focus. Tip 5. Make use of rewards. Motivation works best when we have something to look forward to. So, set small rewards for completing tasks. Finished writing a section of that report? Reward yourself with a coffee break or a quick scroll through social media. Rewards make productivity feel enjoyable and turn hard tasks into something more bearable. Part 5. Building long-term habits. All right, so we've got some tools to start tackling procrastination. But how do we make productivity a habit, not just a quick fix? The answer lies in consistency and self-compassion. Start by setting achievable goals for each day. Don't expect a change overnight. Aiming for small, consistent progress is more realistic and sustainable. Each day you beat procrastination. Even a little bit, you build mental resilience. Part 6. Why self-compassion matters. One final note. Be kind to yourself on this journey. Procrastination is a habit, and habits take time to change. There will be days when you slip up, and that's okay. What matters is not being perfect, but being persistent. Self-compassion reduces the guilt that fuels procrastination in the first place. When you stop being so hard on yourself, you allow yourself the mental space to grow. So, next time you feel the pull of procrastination, remember that you have the power to choose differently. You now have some science-backed strategies to start beating procrastination, one step at a time. Thanks for watching Psychology Point, where we break down psychology to help you live a more fulfilled life. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. And tell us in the comments, what's one task you've been putting off that you'll try these tips on? See you next time.